So, people on Zoom, can you hear us?
Yes, we can. Good evening.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll start.
My spectacle was.
We'll start with Omkaras. 3 Omkaras. We'll chant Narayana Suktam.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Gananam Ganapatiam Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jyesharajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Sunmannotipissida Sadhanam Mahaganapataye Namaha. Prano Devi Saraswati Vadevirvadinivati Dinama Vitrayatu Vagdevyai Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanam Bhunaktu Sahaviryan Karavavai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sahasrashirushan Devam Vishwaksham Vishwashambhuvam Vishwam Narayanam Devam Aksharam Paramam Padam Vishwatah Paramani Nityam Vishwam Narayanagam Harim Vishwamevedam Purushastat Vishwamupajivati Padim Vishwasyatmeshwaragum Shashvatagum Shivamachyutam Narayanam Mahagneyam Vishwatmanam Parayanam Narayana Paro Jyotiratma Narayana Paraha Narayana Param Brahma Tattvam Narayana Paraha Narayana Paro Dhyata Dhyanam Narayana Paraha Yacha Kinchit Jagat Sarvam Drishyate Shruyate Piva Antarbahishyatat sarvam vyapya Narayana stitaha Anantamavyayam kavigum samudrentam vishvashambhuvam Padmakosha pradigashum hridayam chapyadomukam Adonishyavitasyaam tenabhyam paritistati Jwalamala kulam bhati vishwasyayatanam mahat Santatagum shilavistulam matyakosha sannibham Tasyante sushiragum sukshmam tasmin sarvam pratishtitam Tasya madhye mahanajnir vishwatir vishwato mukhaha Sodgabhugvibhajantishtannahara Tiryagodvamadashayi विस्मयस्तस्य सन्तता सन्तापयति स्वं देहमापादतलमस्तकः तस्य मध्ये वह्निशिखा अनियोगोत्वा व्यवस्थितः नीलतो यदमध्यस्था विद्युल्लेखे भवास्वरा नीवारशोकवत्तन्वी पीताभास्वत्यनोपमा तस्याः शिखाया मध्ये परमात्मा व्यवस्थितः सब्रह्म शिवसहरितेन्द्रस्तोक्षरः परमस्वराट् कृतगं सत्यं परब्रह्म पुरुषं कृष्णपिङ्गलम् ऊर्ध्वरेतं विरूपाक्षं विश्वरूपाय वै नमो नमः ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्रीरामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु
Simple bhajan. So just lead and follow. जय गणेश पाहि मां
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश पाहि मां
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
जय गणेश पाहि मां
जय गणेश पाहि मां
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
जय गणेश पाहि मां
जय गणेश पाहि मां
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
जय गणेश पाहि मां
जय गणेश पाहि मां
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
जय गणेश पाहि मां
जय गणेश पाहि मां
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
जय गणेश पाहि मां
जय गणेश पाहि मां
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
जय गणेश पाहि मां
जय गणेश पाहि मां
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
जय गणेश पाहि मां
जय गणेश पाहि मां
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
जय गणेश पाहि मां
जय गणेश पाहि मां
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
जय गणेश पाहि मां
जय गणेश पाहि मां
श्री गणेश श्री गणेश श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
श्री गणेश श्री गणेश श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश पाहि मां
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश पाहि मां
श्री गणेश श्री गणेश श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
श्री गणेश श्री गणेश श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश पाहि मां
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश पाहि मां
श्री गणेश श्री गणेश श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
श्री गणेश श्री गणेश श्री गणेश रक्ष मां
Ramakrishna Sharanam. So everyone knows, so we can all sing together.
Ramakrishna Sharanam Ramakrishna Sharanam Ramakrishna Sharanam Sharanye Jai Jai Ramakrishna Sharanam Ramakrishna Sharanam Ramakrishna Sharanam Sharanye कृपाहि केवलं कृपाहि केवलं कृपाहि केवलं शरण्ये कृपाहि केवलं कृपाहि केवलं कृपाहि केवलं शरण्ये जय जय रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं शरण्ये जय जय रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं शरण्ये शरणागतोऽहं 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 शरण्ये जय जय शरणागतोऽहं 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 शरण्ये जय जय रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं शरण्ये जय जय रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं शरण्ये नमो श्री गुरवे नमो श्री गुरवे नमो श्री गुरवे नमो नमः नमो श्री गुरवे नमो श्री गुरवे नमो श्री गुरवे नमो नमः जय जय रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं शरण्ये जय जय रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं शरण्ये रामकृष्ण रामकृष्ण जय जय रामकृष्ण 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 रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं शरण्ये जय जय रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं शरण्ये रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं शरण्ये जय जय रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं शरण्ये कृपाहि केवलं कृपाहि केवलं कृपाहि केवलं शरण्ये कृपाहि केवलं
तु पाहि केवलं तु पाहि केवलं शरण्ये जय जय रामकृष्ण चरणं रामकृष्ण चरणं रामकृष्ण चरणं शरण्ये जय जय रामकृष्ण चरणं रामकृष्ण चरणं रामकृष्ण चरणं शरण्ये शरणगतहं 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 शरण्ये शरणगतहं 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 शरण्ये जय जय रामकृष्ण चरणं रामकृष्ण चरणं रामकृष्ण चरणं शरण्ये जय जय रामकृष्ण चरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं शरण्ये नमो श्री गुरवे नमो श्री गुरवे नमो श्री गुरवे नमो नमः नमो श्री गुरवे नमो श्री गुरवे नमो श्री गुरवे नमो नमः रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं शरण्ये जय जय रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं शरण्ये रामकृष्ण रामकृष्ण जय जय रामकृष्ण 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 रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं रामकृष्ण शरणं शरण्ये हे प्रेम रूप श्री राम कृष्ण हे प्रेम रूप श्री राम कृष्ण करुणामय पालय मां करुणामय पालय मां हे प्रेम रूप श्री राम कृष्ण हे प्रेम रूप श्री राम कृष्ण करुणामय पालय मां करुणामय पालय मां हे दीनबन्धु श्री शारदेश हे दीनबन्धु श्री शारदेश मम प्राण प्रिय पाहि मां 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 प्रेम रूप श्री राम कृष्ण हे प्रेम रूप श्री राम कृष्ण करुणामय पालय मां करुणामय पालय मां हे दीनबन्धु श्री शारदेश हे दीनबन्धु श्री शारदेश मम प्राण प्रिय पाहि मां मम प्राण प्रिय पाहि मां हे प्रेम रूप श्री राम कृष्ण हे प्रेम रूप श्री राम कृष्ण करुणामय पालय मां करुणामय पालय मां हे प्रेम रूप श्री राम कृष्ण हे प्रेम रूप श्री राम कृष्ण करुणामय पालय मां करुणामय पालय ಶಾರದೇಶ ಹೇ ದೀನ ಬಂಧು ಶ್ರೀ ಶಾರದೇಶ ಹೇ ದೀನ ಬಂಧು ಶ್ರೀ ಶಾರದೇಶ ಹೇ ದೀನ ಬಂಧು ಶ್ರೀ ಶಾರದೇಶ ಮಮ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಪ್ರಿಯ ಪಾಹಿ ಮಾ 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 ಕಥಾಮೃತ तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविविरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि प्रणन्तये भूरिदा जना तव कथामृतं तापजीवनं कविविरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि प्रणन्तये भूरिदा जना
What's the time? 56. If you okay, I'm okay with it.
रामकृष्ण गुरुवे परमहंस गुरुवे रामकृष्ण गुरुवे परमहंस गुरुवे कामितदायक प्रेम दीन विप्रभु कामितदायक प्रेम दीन विप्रभु रामकृष्ण गुरुवे परमहंस गुरुवे रामकृष्ण गुरुवे परमहंस गुरुवे सकल मतवनीने कवेन्देनिसिदे सकल मतवनीने कवेन्देनिसिदे अकलंक महिमा मम देवा सकल मतवनीने कवेन्देनिसिदे अकलंक महिमा मम देवा लोक सेवेयं ख्यातिय ಹೊಂದಿದೆ लोक सेवेयं ख्यातिय ಖ್ಯಾತಿಯ ಹೊಂದಿದೆ ಮುಕ್ಕಣ್ಣನ ಪ್ರಿಯ ನಮಿಪೆವು ದೇವ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಗುರುವೇ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ಗುರುವೇ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಗುರುವೇ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ಗುರುವೇ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದನ ಗುರುವೇ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದನ ಗುರುವೇ ಪ್ರೇಮದಿ ಸಲಹೆ ಸಕಲ ಲೋಕವ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದನ ಗುರುವೇ ಪ್ರೇಮದಿ ಸಲಹೆ ಸಕಲ ಲೋಕವ ತಾಮಸ ಮಾಡದೆ ಕಾವುದು ಎಮ್ಮನು ತಾಮಸ ಮಾಡದೆ ಕಾವುದು ಎಮ್ಮನು ಚಾಮುಂಡಾಂಬೆಯ ವರಭಕ್ತಾನೆ ತಾಮಸ ಮಾಡದೆ ಕಾವುದು ಎಮ್ಮನು ಚಾಮುಂಡಾಂಬೆಯ ವರಭಕ್ತಾನೆ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಗುರುವೇ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ಗುರುವೇ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಗುರುವೇ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ಗುರುವೇ ಕಾಮಿತದಾಯಕ ಪ್ರೇಮದಿ ನಮಿಪೆವು ಕಾಮಿತದಾಯಕ ಪ್ರೇಮದಿ ನಮಿಪೆವು ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಗುರುವೇ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ಗುರುವೇ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಗುರುವೇ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ಗುರುವೇ.
Taking refuge in the holy feet of Sarada, Universal Mother, and Sri Ramakrishna, teacher of the world, my humble salutations to them forever and ever. Kripa Paravaraha Sajala Jalada Sreni Ruchiro Ramavani Ramaha Spurad Amala Pankeru Mukaha Surendrai Aradhyaha Shrutigana Sika Gati Charito Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patakami Babatume, who is an ocean of mercy, whose bodily complexions is as beautiful as the row of blackish rain clouds, and who sports with Lakshmi Devi and Saraswati, whose face is like a spotless, fully blossomed lotus, and who is worshipped by the celestials, and who has transcendental glories, and has been sung, whose glories are sung in Upanishads. May that Sri Jagannatha Deva be the object of our vision. My humble greetings to you all, and happy Father's Day. So the story goes that some time ago, a man punished a 5-year-old daughter for wasting a roll of expensive gold wrapping paper. Money was tight for him, And he became even more upset when he found that his child was pasting the gold paper to decorate a box to put under the Christmas tree. So nevertheless, the little girl brought the gift box to her father the next morning and said, this gift is for you, daddy. Trembakesh, do you ever did that? So the father was embarrassed by his earlier overreaction, but his anger flared again when he found that box was empty. So the little girl made a beautiful box, but there is nothing inside. And she literally wasted gold paper on that box. So immediately her father spoke to her in an harsh manner. Don't you know, lady, that when you give someone a gift or a package, there is supposed to be something inside the package. I mean the present. So the little girl looked up at him with tears and said, "Oh, daddy, it is not empty. I blew it into it. I blew kisses into it until it was full." So the father was crushed. He fell on his knees and put his arm around his little girl, and he begged her to forgive him for his unnecessary anger. So later, the father, the girl's father, kept that gold box by his bedside for the rest of his life. And whenever he felt discouraged or demotivated or faced any difficult problems, he would open the box and take out an imaginary kiss and remember the love of his daughter who had put it there. So here the glory of the fatherhood is celebrated. Why we celebrate Father's Day in America? Trembakesh, do you know? Why we celebrate Father's Day in America? Because the history says that there's a credit for originating this holiday is generally given to a lady called Sonara Smart Dodd. Her name is Sonara Smart Dodd, and whose father was a Civil War veteran, and raised her and her sibling after her mother died in childbirth. That is, her father raised her and also 5 of her siblings. So here we celebrate fatherhood when father becomes our mother. A tinge of motherhood when it is included in the father's personality, then the father is glorified. So this is the important day where the father becomes mother. So that is Father's Day. When mother becomes father, it is a Mother's Day. So both personalities are always together like two sides of the same coin. In Indian belief, the concept of father, let us understand what is concept of father in Sanskrit. We call Pita or Pitaram. Now, when we say Pita, let us not confine our understanding in the biological figure like male or female or something like when we say father, yes, immediately we think, oh, father means a male body, and mother means a female concept. So let us just transcend that biological compound understanding. So the father means in Sanskrit the lord of the house, who creates and supports and controls. So the creation, support, and control is kind of an activity, a work. So whosoever is working, that concept is called father. So this can be any one of our parent, and also a universal personality called Godhead. So this day is celebrated to respect that concept or character of one who creates, support, and controls a family, a society, or God, or all of these. So sometimes even mother assumes the role of creating, supporting, and controlling. And sometimes we see fathers feeding the child, taking the mother's activity. So whenever there is an exchange of these personalities, that is their basic traits, then that concept is glorified. So we have a term called Prajapati. Praja means people. Pati means here not husband. Pati means father. So sometimes this father concept can be also assumed by our friends. Sometimes father concept can be assumed by our leaders and also other people who we meet. So here the concept is not biological figure like a male or female, but the characteristics of the lord of the house, supporter, creator, and controller. Now controller means controlling the family or someone to protect that person, not to hurt in terms of controlling or making suppressing one, not like that. And also there is in Vishnu Sahasranama there is a concept called Prapitamaha. So Pitamaha means grandfather, Prapitamaha means the father of the grandfather. So the God, ultimate God, Ishvara, or we say Brahman, is the father of the entire universe. And of course, we are all from that same clan of divinity. We are all the children of the divine. So this is the concept we need to remember in the Father's Day, not just like a biological figure or a male character or anything like that. So this is the small message from me on this Father's Day. Now, in our previous class, we will just recap it. No. I will tell you. Okay. So the recap is, of course, we have been seeing the three gurus of Sri Ramakrishna, that is Aladhari, Jatadhari, and Bhairavi Brahmini. Now we are in the one of the main guru, Totapuri, and how Ramakrishna became their guru later, and he was teaching how the Brahman has twofold characters. One is transcendental and immanent, both are real, because we are going to see these terms very often in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna says that Brahman is both Nirguna and Saguna. So Nirguna and Saguna are not the two contradicting terminology here, because Nirguna means without attributes, Saguna means with attributes. So how can the plus and minus be on the same place? If it is same, then it becomes zero. It is not that way to understand. Nirguna means opposed to perfection, and Saguna means who possess the all auspicious blessing qualities for the for our well-being. In Vedanta, there are different expositions to explain this. So ultimately, all Vedanta exposition says that we have to think that we are spirit and not body. And after realizing that we are spirit, what happens is the climax. And of course, there are difference of opinions. And final realization is some say that there are no two spirits, there is only one spirit. One school says. The other school says that there are two spirits but inseparable. The other school says that two spirits, but one spirit is dependent on the other spirit. So ultimately, this is the climax in each school of the Vedantic exposition. I would leave to you to choose whatever you like. So that is a different subject to study, the comparison of these three expositions. We are not going to go to that. Now, Totapuri has arrived in Dakshineshwar and he has met Sri Ramakrishna and is going to teach and initiate Sri Ramakrishna to Shankaracharya's apophatic non-duality. So apophatic means in technically, in a metaphysical term, it is proving God through a negative way or like a by negating everything and proving the God. So we have been seeing what is Shankaracharya's apophatic non-duality is. Now I request him, our Lokesh Ji, to put on the slide. I have prepared 8 slides. It is a very brief exposition. I have collected this information based on Viveka Chudamani and also the Brahma Sutra or Vedanta Sutra, or we call it as Vedanta aphorisms, and based on the Shankaracharya's commentary. So I have also listed some of the sutras, aphorisms, so that we can discuss those things later. But again, this is not a Vedanta class. This is more like a kind of is any problem there?
No, it's good, Maharaj.
You're going to stand like this?
You can sit here.
Okay. So
So you can see, right, the screen, the people on Zoom.
Yes, we can see. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm going to start the Shankaracharya's Advaita Vedanta brief, and I will first make my invocations and salutations to Shankara, Bhagavan Shankara, Bhagavad Pada. Sruti Smruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Padam Shankaram Loka Shankara. Now, the first slide. The first slide says about the nature of Brahman. So Brahman or consciousness or isness. Now what is the nature of this? What is the true nature of this? So the true nature of the Brahman, as per the apophatic philosophy, is it is non-divisible, no imperfection, no twofold, no work, no attributes, homogeneous, eternally always liberated, and it is not object of perception. Now this is the nature of the Brahman. We need to understand this very clearly, and each negative, whatever is negated there, we can expound and talk about that for many hours. We are not, as I said, it is not the Vedanta comparative study. It is a Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Why I am saying all these things is because we need to understand what Totapuri understood and what is he trying to impart to Sri Ramakrishna, and what Sri Ramakrishna corrected Totapuri's understanding, and how Totapuri later understood Sri Ramakrishna's message and left Dakshineshwar. So that is why I'm going into deep to understand these things, so that we are all clear. because these exposition is going to reflect in our gospel study. Please go to the second slide. Okay. Now, the second slide talks about the contents of universe. It is a contrast, not duality. There is a contents of universe. Let us study what are the contents of universe. On the left hand side, you will see matter, and then the matter has got 5 elements. That is, I have put it as SAP-V, that is space, air, fire, and water and earth. That is matter and is eternally changing. All the time it is continuously changing. And we have the next category is individual souls. Now that is we all are. That is human beings, plants, plant kingdom, and animal kingdom. So we are all individual souls, but have taken the body of human and body of plant and body of an animal. Now we have a life, we all have a life, and that life, during that life, things are concealed by ignorance, and we come out of the ignorance, and we have body mind concept. Then we experience happiness and suffering, and there are 6 modifications in the body. Either it is human body or plant body or animal body. We have 6 types of modifications. That is, we say asti, that is existence, then jayate, birth, and then it is vardate, it is growth, then viparinamate, changing, and avakshiyate, decay, it is decay, and vinashyati, it is death. And then finally, the individual souls experience bondage and liberation. We all, that is why we are studying Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. We are understanding the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna to get some kind of moksha or liberation. So this is the second category. And the third category is the Brahman, which is on the right, where I have listed the same nature of the Brahman or characteristics of the Brahman, which we discussed in the first slide. Now we go to the second slide, the third slide. What is the relationship between the Brahman and the other 2 entities, what you saw in the second slide? The Upanishad says that Brahman is the material and the efficient cause of the universe. The Upanishads and Brahma Sutra, they say that the Brahman is the efficient and the material cause of the universe. So how to understand this? We have a gold and we have a goldsmith. The goldsmith uses the gold to make a gold chain. Now the end product is chain, the gold chain, and we wear it on our neck, and we try to feel the pride of the beautiful necklace. All these things happens as a product. Now there are 2 entities before it becomes a gold chain. That is the raw material gold biscuit and a goldsmith. Now Upanishad says that Brahman is both the material and the efficient cause. In goldsmith goldsmith is different from gold, and end product is necklace, the gold necklace. But in end product, we don't have the goldsmith turning into a gold necklace. But in Upanishad, it clearly says that Brahman itself is changing into universe. So this is the cardinal message in the Upanishad. That is, Brahman is both the material cause and the efficient cause. But in our day-to-day life, we never see that material cause and efficient cause always together. They are distinct from each other. Goldsmith is not gold. We all know. Potter is not clay. A car manufacturer is not a car. We know that. But Brahman is both the material cause and the efficient cause. So now the argument starts. How can the Brahman be efficient cause and the material cause? And that means the Brahman's character should be in the universe too, because the gold becomes the gold chain. The gold never become a plastic chain. So the Brahman, same characteristics of the Brahman should be in the universe. We already said the Brahman will not change. We have already defined Brahman has got no characteristics. But universe we see every time changing. So how can we understand this? Please go to the fourth. So how to solve this? How to solve this the kind of contradiction? So one side, Brahman is eternally liberated, no differences, and only one, never changes. And the second thing is the Brahman is the cause of the universe, and the universe is always changing, matter is changing. We always undergo the 6 steps of birth, death, decay, bondage, liberation. And the third is and the Jivatma is concealed, that we are all experiencing the concealment and expansion of knowledge. We are suffering. All these things are there. How can you call it as Brahman? And the scripture says that the individual soul is exactly Brahman. So that is Tattvamasi. Now, how to reconcile this? So Shankaracharya, that is apophatic philosopher, says that Brahman alone is real and put the universe as an unreal entity. What is this unreal? It is superimposed on Brahman by an unreal ignorance. You can call it as limited. They have got different phrases to do that, to fit in that. That is unreal ignorance, unreal nescience, unreal superimposition, unreal appearance, and unreal dream. So I know if you don't understand these things, because this is a philosophy, cannot be described in one class. We need like a lifelong contemplation to understand this. And above all, we need to get the blessings of Lord to understand this. So if you don't understand what I'm saying, don't worry. As we go through the text, Sri Ramakrishna will help us to understand in future. So we go to the 5th slide. So the 4th slide, just 4th slide please. The 4th slide, you see I have listed all these concepts of ignorance, illusion, limiting agent, nescience, concealment, superimposition, or dreaming. So what does that contain? Next slide. So that is the fake ignorance or nescience or appearance is like a fake snake. Rope is real. The snake doesn't exist there. The snake is fake there. So the fake snake contains all these. What is that? Nothing assumed as something. Nothing assumed as something or everything. So the contents of the nescience is God and goddesses, matter, all living beings, individual souls, like plants, animal, human beings, and within the human being, the process called known, knowing, knower, and waking, dream, and deep sleep, all scriptures and study, time, space, and causation, perception, inference, and the all means of knowledge. Next slide, please. Then the action plan is Shankaracharya says as Vivartavada. Vivartavada means there are 2 things. One is Brahman, and the universe contains 2. Now that's matter and living souls. I have clubbed and put it under universe. So there are 2 things, Brahman and universe. So universe here plays a role of nothing assumed as something. Brahman is real. Brahman is real. And universe, what is universe? Nothing assumed as something. In last class, I told you about a story. How that nothing is assumed as something. So I request you to refer my last class video, what I mean by nothing assumed as something, how it is practically experienced by us. Now, in this slide, I have listed Brahman's true nature is no attributes, no change, and no division. All these are, it's a vital, important note, because when we talk Vedanta, all these has to be observed. No attributes, no change, no division, or any kind, differences of any kind in Brahman's true nature. And by this unreal niscience, Brahman manifests and appear as the universe. Universe is nothing assumed as something. So in that way, the effect of the universe, the changing effect of the universe will not affect Brahman. So what is the cause? Brahman with unreal niscience. Unreal niscience, I will tell you, I will explain to you in a more practical way, in a very simple way after this slide show. Cause is Brahman with unreal niscience. That means unreal niscience is nothing. The cause is Brahman with nothing. Effect is Brahman with nothing assumed as something. So in that way, the Brahman will not be affected by the changes in the universe through matter or living beings, like we are all. Now, so the Brahman's true nature is not affected by its opposed effects of nothing assumed as something. So the rope is not going to get affected by the false appearance of the snake. The snake, whatever it may be, snake cannot threaten the rope. The snake poison is not going to affect the rope. So we all are. That is, the whole universe is the concept of that fake snake there. That is the cardinal message of Shankaracharya. Because if you accept anything, if you accept matter as real, duality will come. Brahman and matter. Then if you accept living souls are real, individual souls are real, then duality will come. Shankaracharya will not allow any kind of duality in his philosophy. It is only Brahman. But we are all seeing all these differences is nothing but fake snake. So what is the result of this? Liberation. Liberation is negation of this unreal niscience. So sublation of the nothing assumed as something. That is trying to take away the fake snake. To remove the fake snake. That is this whole universe. To remove the fake snake is the liberation. Now, according to Shankaracharya, to remove something, that thing need not to exist as real. The fake snake is not there. It is only an illusion. So to remove that snake, the snake need not to exist in reality. It is only a fake snake. So that is the cardinal message of Shankaracharya. So what is the contents of this removal? God and goddesses, individual soul, and matter. If you accept any of these things, duality will come. You won't accept that. It is a very strict, unqualified non-dualist. Then, and what is removed? Nothing assumed as something. The fake snake is nothing, but assumed as something. So that is not this. This neti. We say neti. Why twice means first neti refers to matter, second neti refers to all the individual souls, which is living beings. Then final slide. So what is the message is it looks very clumsy. So I will just, don't worry about it. It says, I am and I am or we or Brahman only. We are all Brahman only. We means everyone. Each one are Brahman only. So before I or we, falsely assumed, anyway, don't worry about, because it's very difficult to convey the message. So we are all nothing assumed as something. And it is removed by the right knowledge, Tattvam Asi. Tattvam Asi. That Tattvam Asi, what is it? We will be seeing it as we go forward. Now, suppose, what if such a realized person becomes sick? What is the answer for that? If a person realizes that he is Brahman, and if he becomes sick, is the sickness is real? Is a fake? It cannot be real. He cannot say, I have a stomachache, because he knows that it is a fake. He cannot feel the pain. Pain is also fake. So that much vairagya one should have. If a person is really following this path, should practice that. Otherwise, there is no point in calling that Aham Brahmasmi, according to Shankaracharya. That is the complexity. So Sri Ramakrishna used to say that such a path is going to be a difficult path in his gospel. That is why he is saying that. If a person knows that I am Brahman, he should not say I have a pain. Because he knows none of these activities or attributes are not in Brahman. And if you say I am Brahman and still say that you have a pain, it is going to be contradicting your own realization. That is the challenge in this path. So Max Muller, the famous German philosopher, used to say that according to Shankara's Vedanta, what is the highest goal consists in Brahman recovering itself by knowledge. So all this teaching is for who? Brahman only. That is the message of the. But again, this teaching is also fake only.
Fake, yeah.
That you must understand. Because to remove the fake headache, if you want to remove the fake headache, your removal also should be fake only. You cannot say my removal is real.
Ramakrishna is in a beautiful example, like to take out the thorn.
That is different context. But if you want to remove the fake headache, you cannot remove it real. You have to fakely remove that only. So that is the message here. So who is having this? That is the riddle here. So with this we conclude the slide. Sorry, we have to. Our Lokesh was literally holding that iPad to show the slides because some technical facilitation wasn't there. So the riddle here is, a person has a fever and he rushes to a hospital and prays to God for his recovery. And doctor gives him treatment and medicines and he is recovering and is discharged from the hospital. And who is that person? And that person, who is that person? And that person is eternally never sick. If you declare that way, then who is having the sickness and who actually who was recovering? Everything is fake only. See, another example is, I have my glasses on and I put on my head. I'm searching, where is my glass? Where is my glasses? Oh, where is Lokesh ji, can you find my glass? Oh, Triumbak, where is my glass? I don't know where I kept it. Can you tell me where did I keep my glass? Now he says, Triambakesh is saying it is on my head. Then I said, oh, it is on my head. I'm so stupid to search my glass anywhere. But if I am a person who has an eternally perfect, if I declare myself as eternally perfect and I will never forget, then how did I forget this? So if I then me keeping on my glass on this head is also fake, this glass itself is fake, then Triambakesh is also fake, and he is telling that message is also fake. Then me realizing that it is that I have found my glass, that is also fake. Only then I can maintain that I am eternally defect free. You understand? So this is how he derives his non-duality. So he clearly says that this prapancha, this entire universe is nothing assumed as something. To account this prapancha, to account these universal activities of matter, ever-changing, and the individual souls, and also maintain the non-duality, he has to present his philosophy this way. And he justifies that with the scriptures. He is not just telling by his own imagination. Shankaracharya, he brings that Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Atma Brahma, and Prajnanam Brahma. These Mahavakyas is exactly saying that. So in the Vedantic term, it is called Swarupa Aikya. Swarupa Aikya means the intrinsic nature is the same. He is trying to say that by negating all the other activities, as declaring it as fake. Now, according to this is the Totapuri's understanding of Vedanta, and he is going to teach this Vedanta to our Sri Ramakrishna. And according to Totapuri, the reality is just isness. Isness is, world is, Lokesh is, the computer is, people is. So everywhere is always continuous. And whatever is differing after that is all illusion. So he literally says that the power of Brahman. Now, what is the power of Brahman? The power of Brahman is there, and Brahman's power. The power is nothing but the universe, and we all are. Totapuri doesn't accept power of Brahman. Power is illusion. Shakti is illusion. We are all present to add, glorify. We are all here. Matter is here. We are all here to glorify Brahman. We are all Shakti of Brahman. And we forget that. And we completely think that we are all independent, like fish thinking that it is independent of water or from water. That is our ajnana. But what Totapuri is saying, that the power of Brahman is illusion. That is nothing assumed as something. Now, Tattvamasi, according to Totapuri, is Tat means Brahman. That is one consciousness or one isness, which is all knowing. And Tvam is you, we. You, we are not only one individual soul, we put it as we. So you is we. Again, the same consciousness as many, but knowing little. Tvam means consciousness, one only, knowing all. Same consciousness, many and knowing little. Look at the contradiction on the other side. One and many, all knowing and little knowing. How can the same consciousness will have both negative and positive at the same if there is negative positive, it will become 0. +1 - 1 is what? 0. Minus 2 plus 2, 0. Minus 3 plus 3, 0. Mathematics. So what remains is consciousness. Don't say nihilism, sunyavadano. Consciousness is there. All other things are absolutely negated. So this is the message. This is the belief of Totapuri. That is Brahma Satya, Jagan Mitya, Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha is that. This is the meaning. So fake headache, recovery is also fake. And the means to recover is also fake. People who are treating is also fake. Otherwise, if you accept any one of these as real, then apart from Brahman, it will become a duality. And this fake headache is not going to affect me. If I say I have a fake headache, is it going to affect us? No. You call your employer and say, sir, I have a fake headache, I won't come to work. What will he say? If you have real headache, okay, please take rest. If you say I have a fake headache, then he'll say you please fakely recover and come to the office fakely. So the Shankaracharya, these are all well evident in his Sutra Bhashya. And if you refer his Sutra commentary, that is first section, third quarter and first sutra, and second section, first quarter and 14th sutra, Shankaracharya clearly says that self is not to be known as manifold, and it cannot be qualified by the universe, and the plurality is the product of niscience or ajnana, and also the Lord, Bhagavan, what we call Bhagavan, who saves us. And you say I have a fake headache, and I will pray to God to get it recovered. What going to cure you? So the God also has to be fake only. Otherwise, duality will come. So the Lord also says that he says in his Sutra Bhashya that the Lord is the omniscience, that is all knowing, sarvajñatva, sarvavapitva is also a result of the limiting adjunct or upada. Of who? Brahman only. So this is the cardinal message, and Totapuri wants to teach this to our Sri Ramakrishna. Then he believed that Totapuri believed that Ramakrishna's belief on Brahman is all mistaken understanding.
So
he was thinking, because he said that he wants to run to Mother Kali to ask whether he should meet him and get his instruction. Totapuri did not understand what he means by mother. Is he going to meet his biological mother, or he thought that way? But Sri Ramakrishna went towards Kali Mandir, Kali temple, and was asking Kali, should I meet this fellow and get instructions? Then, because according to Totapuri, all these are illusion, which he understood. He has registered that in his mind, because he knows very well that world is illusion, and there is only one Brahman, that is Nirvishesha Brahman, that is unqualified. It's an abstract entity.
By the time he comes here, he's already like illumined, right? Like, is he achieved?
See, that is the controversy, na? So after knowing that Brahman only is there, how can person move from one place to another place? Where is then? Because every step you take, you have to have a duality concept. So these are all the challenges. You should not ask those questions. They won't be happy if you ask these questions. If you ask who is having the ignorance, they will not. They means that philosophy, the teachers of this philosophy won't entertain that question. They don't like that question, because it will go to the Brahman itself. Because touching Brahman, nobody will accept. No Acharya will accept for that. So he wants to teach Totapuri. Sri Ramakrishna Totapuri wants to teach Ramakrishna the Advaita Vedanta, that is Shankaracharya's apophatic philosophy, Neti philosophy. So, but he requested Ramakrishna condition. He put condition that you must become a sannyas. That is a prerequisite of Shankaracharya. One has to embrace monasticism. And Ramakrishna hesitated, and he didn't want to consent this because he felt that his mother could not bear this, because she is already grip-stricken by many incidents. And if his mother means biological mother, that is Chandramani Devi. Chandramani Devi used to live with Ramakrishna. So then totally consented to Totapuri, yes, I will take sannyasa, but it should be given in secrecy,
privacy,
private function. Now the surrendering to Guru is very important. Whether it is apophatic philosophy or cataphatic philosophy or whichever the philosophy, whatever it is, Guru is our Deva. So we have to surrender to Guru first to learn anything. That is Tadviddhi Pranipatena Pariprasnena Sevaya, which is very famous from Gita. Upaddekshanti te jnanam jnanina tattva darshanaha. So the jnanis will impart the truth of the reality of tattva when we obey them and render service to the Guru, and they impart those tattvas to us. So there is a beautiful story in Mahabharata how the Guru pranama is important. There is a sage called Daumya. Daumya is he has a hermitage in a beautiful hill area, and his guru is Sishya is Arun. So Daumya, there was a torrential rain all the time. So he instructed his obedient Sishya Aruni to safeguard his paddy field. So Hermitage was holding a paddy field and torrential rain, and of course paddy needs lots of water but not too much of water. So there was a breakage in one part of the field, and the water was flooding. So Daumya ordered his Sishya, please go, Aruni, go rush to the paddy field and try to prevent the water entering this paddy field. So Guru Vakya, so immediately rushed, and then he had this mud packs, and he was putting those mud packs to protect the field. But he couldn't do it because there was so much rain and water was gushing into this paddy field. And he didn't know what to do. So he himself slept on the moat. Moat means a kind of place where people walk, you see, like a dam. So he actually slept on that. He laid himself on that moat and prevented the water to enter the field. Now the dusk came, Vesper services started, and puja was worshipped, Sandhya worship was beginning, the mata or monastery. And Aruni observes that, Daumya observes Aruni is missing. Where is this fellow? So then the other his cohorts says that no, he has gone. Swami, you ordered him to go to the paddy field. Please, he is still there. So he was bit like why he has gone. No, he feared. What happened to this fellow? So he immediately took a lantern, and not flashlight were not there, so they used to have lantern. So went to the paddy field, and he called, Aruni, Aruni, where are you? Where are you? Then Daumya, then immediately the voice came, Guru, I'm here. I'm here. And he said, I could hear you, but I'm not able to see you. Where are you? Then he actually breaks from that moat and comes out of that moat. Then he gets the name called Uddalaka. Uddalaka means one who actually came out of the water. That is called Uddalaka. So the Uddalaka is the sage who teaches this Tattvamasi Mahavakya to his son Svetaketu later. There's many sons are there, and it is a big story. One has to cover the entire story to understand the full structure of what is communicated in that major conversation. So this is the important of the Guru-Shishya relationship. The Guru has to be respected, whether it is any philosophy for that matter, or anything for that matter, any learning for that matter. Guru is our God. So this is the message, and then sannyasa procedure starts for our Sri Ramakrishna. So the Guru recites the mantras, various sannyasa mantras from the Mahanarayana Upanishad. Usually it is said that way. And then he is given the Namakarana as Ramakrishna. Now, see, this is again a big controversy in our Ramakrishna order. Did Totapuri give the name Ramakrishna, or who actually gave the name Ramakrishna to him? But his birth name was Gadadhar. That is, his parent gave his name as Gadadhar because he was a blessed child from a penance, result of the penance in Gaya by his father. So, but as per the Leela Prasanga of the Ramakrishnas and Divine Play, we have various information who actually gave this name Ramakrishna to our Sri Ramakrishna. It has been found that he got the name by his father. Shudiram named him as Ramakrishna. It was a pet name for him. Because their Kula Devata, the family deity, is Ramachandra. So we call him Raghuvir in Bengal side. So Raghuvira. And his father used to call him as Ramakrishna. His elder brother is Ram Kumar. So his name is Ramakrishna. And also we have another evidence that when he came to Dakshineshwar, he was employed in the Radhakanta temple as a priest. So at that time, the owner of the temple, Rani Rashmani, executed a deed between the Radha Rani, that is Radhakanta, and Ramakrishna, like Pujari and God.
Okay,
a deed between Pujari and God. So that is there. It is the deed means just to say that I am going to be a servant for the God, and just taking a vow to in the Sannidhana that he will be a dedicated servant to serve the God in all the time. So the deed says the name as the deed is between Sri Radhakanta ji and Ramakrishna Bhattacharya.
Okay.
And Ramakrishna himself signs as Ramakrishna because he is not literate. Somehow he signs in Bengali because he never he just rejected his school. You please don't do all this. I want you all to go to school and study. But Ramakrishna is an exemption. Are we okay with time?
2 minutes.
So now further vows of sannyasa is all being taken. And then an important incident happens during the process of sannyasa. Now Totapuri requests Ramakrishna to meditate on the abstract concept of Brahman. That is, Brahman bereft of any form. But all the time, Ramakrishna used to think about Kali, the image of Kali, all the time. Continuous thought about the Divya Mangala Swarupa, or the divine form of Kali. Now, Totapuri wants him to break that concept and expand into a non-form. And again, you see, our mind has no capacity to think a non-form.
It is not
So
possible.
it is a very important note here, but somehow Totapuri was forcing Sri Ramakrishna to think that. And he was repeatedly informing his guru that he couldn't do it, or wasn't able to do it. Then our Totapuri took a sharp needle and pricked him on between the eyebrows. And then said, you concentrate on the pain. So the pain has no form, but we are feeling that. So you go intensify that, and then he breaks from this form concept and actually attains the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Now, Nirvikalpa Samadhi is a big concept which I last class I told you, based on the Shankaracharya philosophy. In Nirvikalpa Samadhi, what happens? The Jivatma disappears. Experiencer and experienced, there is no concept called experiencer and experienced. Knower, knowing, and known. The three concept doesn't exist. As I told you, it is a fake. It's an illusion. So that will go, and Nirvikalpa Samadhi, it is only Brahman only. The moment you say Anubhava, experience, then it will become Brahman and experience with two. Immediately the Advaita will come. So they won't accept that. So I will, but whereas the cataphatic philosophers, what happens in Nirvikalpa Samadhi is the Jivatma will be transcending the corporeal forms, and still the spirit will be enjoying the spirit. The spirit will be worshipping the spirit. The spirit is doing the Brahma Anubhava without the body-mind concept. So I leave it with you people to choose your own path, whether you want to have apophatic or cataphatic. So with this way, the Nirvikalpa Samadhi is experienced by Sri Ramakrishna. And what happens next, how Sri Ramakrishna is actually correcting the Totapuri's understanding, we will see it in the next class. It's very interesting. We have three major incidents which Ramakrishna very subtly put or convey that it is there is a difference in between the Jivatma and Paramatma, and how he arrives into the liberation is only through the grace of God. So we will see it in the next class. So with this, I conclude. Mangalam Deshikendraya, Iminam Chakravartine, Parashakti Swarupinyai, Devyai Matre Cha Mangalam. May all be happy, may all be blissful, may all see what is auspicious, may no one suffer. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Do the Arati Maharaj.
Ready?
Bhuvana. Ekati.
Ready? You're doing?
He's doing what you're doing. Ready, Boni? Endela Chalbada.
We will all sing together. So So it's a simple very weak we do this, right? Gahore Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam. Gahore Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam. Ye Shubha Dina Miliye Bhakat Jan. Ye Shubha Dina Miliye Bhakat Jan. Gaho Gaho Rama Krishna Nam. Gahore Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam. Gahore Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam. Rama Krishna Name, Rama Krishna Preme, Rama Krishna Name, Rama Krishna Preme, Matiya Utag Dhara Dham. Gahore Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam. Gahore Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam. Hari De Bhubar Prema Avtar. Hari De Bhubar Prema Avtar. Prabhu Rama Krishna Gunadham. Gahore Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam. Gahore Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam. Jai Rama Jai Krishna Vishwa Guru Rama Krishna. Jai Rama Jai Krishna Vishwa Guru Rama Krishna. Ekadare Chama Shiva Sham. Gahore Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam. Gahore Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam.
Go.
Jai Shri Guru Maharaj Ji ki. Jai Shri Mahamai ki. Jai Shri Swamiji Maharaj Ji ki. Jai Shri Shri Durga Mai ki. Hara Namah Parvati Pataye. Hara Hara Mahadev. Thank you everyone for joining. So we will end the Zoom call.